Hi, Monster High fandom. This isn't a video that I wanted to make, but I feel like as someone with a platform within the Monster High fandom that people listen to, I kind of have to talk about it. In regards to Monster High, the series, and the recent leaks or potential spoilers for the rest of Season 1 that came out at the time I'm recording this on Monday, December 5th. Now, if you didn't see the leaks, if you didn't see them at all and want context, I will not be providing said context. Congratulations, you have remained spoiler-free. Please remain to do so. Do not ask people for the leaks. If somebody offers them to you, please refuse. The topic of this video is just like, we need to be better about not spreading around leaks in regards to the show for Monster High. With doll leaks, it's different etiquette applies. It's very hard to really control doll leaks, but with TV show leaks for the series, that is more in our ballpark, and we have more control over how much of that spreads and how that spreads, if it spreads at all, than we do with, say, a doll leak. Doll leaks get out, and once they're out, they're out. With show leaks, it is very easy to mitigate the damage that we could potentially do to the crew of the show as a result of carelessness. Anyway, for those of you that know, the entire synopsis list for every remaining episode of Monster High Season 1 for the new Nickelodeon series leaked on Monday. Now, we don't know if anything in that leak is true or not yet. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I think it's honestly shameful that there are people with larger platforms than I that not only have spread screenshots around containing the synopsis and the spoilers, but have also made content containing said spoilers. And, I get it. Doll news, it gets people going, it gets views, it gets clicks. But at a certain point, we have to have a little bit more ethics and, respect for the people that work on these. Again, with doll leaks, it's very hard to do that right now, especially because when a doll leaks, usually it's because it shows up on the secondhand market or even just the regular market earlier than anticipated because of how the supply chain is currently readjusting to our current day and age. But with show leaks, that is 100% in the fandom's department. That is 100% in our wheelhouse, and we have 100% responsibility for how fast, how far, and who and what, where, when sees any of that. Like, that is all on us. That is not on any company person. It's not fair to the show staff when something that big for a show leaks. I remember when... and I've been in a lot of cartoon fandoms, and I guess it's something that a lot of the doll community isn't necessarily used to handling, but I was in the Steven Universe fandom when big plot lines for the show leaked. I was, and honestly, as bad as that incident was, I feel like it was handled better than what's currently happening with the Monster High series, which you have people reposting the screenshots and the synopsises with all of the spoilers on TikTok, on Instagram, and as I mentioned before, you have people with larger platforms than I do, honestly, making videos talking about the spoilers. Not even just, in passing, oh, by the way, there were spoilers, try to avoid them if you can. No, they just made content about said spoilers, in essence, spreading said spoilers and spreading said leaks, which is irresponsible and misguided at the very least, and woefully ignorant and disrespectful to the Monster High cartoons staff at the very worst. Honestly, the animation industry is hard enough to work in as it is. I mean, Nickelodeon just unionized. Why are we doing this to the Monster High crew? They deserve better. And if you have posts that contain screenshots of the leaks, take them down. Call people out if you see them reposting the leaks, sharing screenshots, making videos containing the leaks for content, because it's disrespectful. The show's staff has already spoken on how upset and impacted they are by this. We don't know to the extent of what's happening behind the scenes right now, but from what the very few members of the show staff that interact regularly on Twitter have said, it didn't go over great that all of those major spoilers got out, and got out so fast. It's our job as fans to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and that we stop the spread any further. We owe that to the writers of the show, to the storyboard artists, to the character designers. We owe that to them, because how would you like it if you spent, I mean, this show has been in production for 2 years at this point. How would you like it if 2 years of your work, the culmination of it, was just spoiled like that in an instant because someone got a hold of screenshots? You probably wouldn't. And I don't think that went over well with Nickelodeon executives either. It doesn't sound like it went over well at all. At the very minimum, we know that the show staff knows, and they are not happy about it. And it has impacted them in some way that they are not at liberty to say. Regardless, we need to do better as a fandom. In all regards, it doesn't matter if you have 20 followers or 21K. We need to do better. I think it's very irresponsible to make tongue-in-cheek thumbnails that talk about the spoilers, or to just blatantly put one of the spoilers in your thumbnail. I've seen a few people do that. Very, very tasteless. Don't do that. That is not okay. Some people are going to go, oh, well, this is the internet, it's fandom, it's whatever. No. Again, like I've stated earlier, when it comes to animation leaks like this, when it comes to story-driven cartoon leaks, how and if any leaks for the show spread is 100% on us as the fandom. And it's a very poor reflection of Monster High fans when this happens. Personally, I am absolutely flabbergasted at the audacity that some of my own mutuals have displayed in the wake of this. As two of them, I'm not going to name names, but two of them did make videos containing the spoilers, blatantly putting the screenshots in their thumbnails. And we're better than this. We're better than this. We have to be. It's disappointing to say the least. E3 cartoon is so well written and so enjoyable and so much fun, and it's a unique twist on what Monster High is, and it honestly deserves all of the love and respect that it can get, but it can't pull new audience members in if you're out here just kind of telling everybody what's happening when and where, instead of being all like, hey, draw them in, here's reasons to watch the Monster High series. Like, you're not giving people reasons to watch it if you just tell them all what happens. We want people to watch this show. We want this show to do well. Yes, it got renewed for season 2. We want it to go on for longer than that, though. And part of that is making sure that leaks like this, while they aren't entirely preventable, we still have to make sure that they don't spread as far and fast as they do. again, concept art that isn't going to be used is one thing. Official synopsises when they are 2 weeks from airing is one thing. An entire season's worth of potential spoilers is over the line. And I don't think you need me to tell you that. Anyway, that is all for this video. I'm sorry that it's not like super fun content, but it is something that needed to be talked about. Because it's something that I have continued to see be an issue over the past 4 days since this has happened. And we need to do better as a fandom. I will see you all hopefully in something a little bit more fun and lighthearted a lot later. Goodbye.